Kerala, a girl named Clara lived with her parents, Antony and Blessy. When Clara was just 2 years old, her father went to Dubai for work. Within a year, Antony brought his daughter and wife to Dubai, and they settled there. A few years later, when Clara was in the 4th grade, the family faced a challenging situation that changed their lives.
Blessy, I think we should go back to Kerala and settle there.
But why? We have a good life here. Are you saying we should resign from our jobs?
Dear, our parents are alone, and this is the time we should be with them and take care of them. Think about it. When we're in their position, who will take care of us?
Blessy thought deeply about their situation. Moving back to Kerala would completely change their lives. Her first instinct was to stay in Dubai, but something tugged at her. A small voice in her mind whispered, "Do to others what you would have them do to you."
You're right. Now is the only time we can be with them.
They moved back to Kerala and settled there. Soon, the whole family, including Clara and her grandparents, was happy. One day, as Antony, Blessy, and Clara were traveling, they approached a zebra crossing where a mother and her child were waiting to cross.
I wish someone would stop their car so my daughter and I can cross.
Antony noticed the mother and child and saw that the car beside him did not stop. His first thought was to keep driving, but then he heard a small voice. "Do to others what you would have them do to you." He stopped the car, letting the mother and her child cross the street. The mother smiled at him in gratitude. Antony felt a small spark of warmth inside. Clara witnessed everything but remained silent, reflecting on the kindness her father had shown. Next day, Antony went to work as usual. His manager approached him with a request.
Antony, could you please take on some tasks assigned to your coworkers? They're tied up with other projects.
But sir, I have a lot of work to do myself.
Please, Antony, can you do this for me?
Antony hesitated, feeling the weight of his own responsibilities. But once again, that familiar voice spoke to him. "Do to others what you would have them do to you." After a brief pause, Antony agreed.
Okay, sir, I'll take care of it.
Antony completed the extra work that day and submitted it on time. Later that evening, he returned home with his own load of work, which had to be finished by the next day. When he arrived, he was surprised to see his coworkers waiting for him at his house, ready to help with his workload. They wanted to return the kindness Antony had shown them. In that moment, Antony felt a gentle wave of warmth wash over him. Clara, who observed everything, slowly pieced the story together. She began to understand that each act of kindness, no matter how small, seemed to create ripples that affected not just the person who received it, but also those who offered it. In the following days, Clara reflected on all the recent incidents. She became curious about the reason behind the special happiness that she and her parents seemed to feel after these acts of kindness. One weekend, she decided to ask her parents.
Why did Dad and Mom decide to move back to Kerala?
Antony and Blessy exchanged smiles before answering.
Dear, do you know about the Golden Rule?
What is that?
It means, do to others what you would have them do to you. Can you think back to our experiences and understand its meaning now? Just consider how people in this generation often leave their parents behind when they move abroad, without caring for them. It's our responsibility to look after them, and in return, we are able to pass on the same love and care to you.
Oh, I see. That's wonderful. But what about the zebra crossing incident?
Well, dear, I simply imagined if your mother and you were in that place waiting to cross.
All right, everyone, let's go for a walk.
Before leaving, they told Clara's grandparents about their plan.
Okay, dears. Take care and stay safe.
As they were walking, they came across the same mother and child from the zebra crossing incident. The two waved and smiled at them, as if they were old friends. Soon after, they bumped into Antony's coworkers, who also smiled warmly at them. Antony's coworkers joined them for the walk. Afterward, Clara wanted to go to a park, so they decided to head there. When they arrived, Antony, Blessy, and Antony's coworkers sat on a bench near the park. Meanwhile, Clara walked over to the swings. While there, she noticed someone who had been in an accident. She remembered the saying, "Do to others what you would have them do to you." Clara quickly called her parents and the co-workers over to help the injured person.
Guys, let's help this person.
Without hesitation, they called an ambulance, and the injured person was rushed to the hospital. After everything was taken care of, they all felt a sense of happiness and relief.
Wait! I have a message for you all. One act of kindness can create ripples that touch many lives. Treat others as you wish to be treated and watch the world around you transform. Where there is sacrifice, there is love and happiness.